This is one of those times that I'm really excited about something and I just wanted to share it as quickly as possible. So if nothing else, the whole point of this is if you have an iPhone, go to the App Store and get the Blackmagic camera application. It is totally free and it is amazing. Basically what it does is it gives all of the menu and manual control and all of that kind of, all those good features done in the really nice way that Blackmagic usually does them, but for your phone camera. The app is absolutely awesome. So what you end up with when you open it is, instead of your normal phone camera, it kind of looks like this. And the intuitive nature of it is really impressive. Like instantly I was able to figure everything out. If you've ever used a Blackmagic camera, you know that their menu system is kind of the best of any camera. And this doesn't look exactly the same as that, but it has the same intuitive nature as that. For example, if I want to do something like adjust my white balance, I can tap white balance. If I do auto, it will be auto, but if I take that off, then I can adjust white balance on my phone camera with really extreme precision. And that's basically how all of these settings work. I can go to ISO and choose manual or auto ISO. I can change my shutter speed. I can change my frame rate depending on my phone and my camera. I can even then zoom in a little bit more. This phone has 3 different lenses, so I can switch between those lenses. And of course, you can take things even further by jumping into all of your different grid modes. So you can have safety guides if you want to do like an anamorphic shot or you're doing a wide angle. You can add in all of the guides to help you frame things properly. I'm gonna turn those off. You can use the grid like I'm using right now. You can choose what kind of grid or crosshairs you want to help with framing. I always need the rule of thirds because otherwise I just frame things not well. We can tap this little focus icon here, and I really like this because I can take it off auto, and now I have manual focus adjustment on my phone, and it's really easy because the way that you throw the focus, it feels very natural. Obviously there's no tactile feedback, but it feels good, and it makes it easy to focus where you want. You can do focus peaking and all of these different tools, zebras to help you get your exposure. You do have an exposure option where then you can, same thing, you can turn it on auto or put it on manual. And I love how easy it is to switch between auto and manual for basically everything. You can go through other settings like stabilization, zoom. You do even have a slate, which this does kind of look like a Blackmagic camera menu. So if you want to add in info about the shots that you're creating or the project that you're working on, you can do all of that here and save that. There's a huge comprehensive menu with all kinds of different settings. You can change your codec, your resolution, your color space. You can add LUTs in here if you want. You can enable vertical video. By default, this is actually kind of cool. I've never seen something that does this before, but by default, if I turned this vertical, it doesn't record vertically. It still keeps a horizontal image, but now I have vertical controls on everything. I have a histogram, I have my audio levels, which will show either the phone's built-in microphone or if I'm using a connected microphone, like if I had this lavalier system running into the phone, that would then be the audio that shows up here. We've got stuff for audio, monitoring, you can do clean feed, HDMI, battery indicator, you can decide what you want to do with your media, what you want to do with LUTs, and then there's Blackmagic Cloud. Honestly, there's more granular manual control and camera settings and options on your phone now than there are in most like actual dedicated cameras, which is both cool and kind of sad. And like I said, the app is totally free. I'm not connected with it in any way. I'm just excited about it. But where they get you, or where they could potentially get you, is there is a paid option to do Blackmagic Cloud, which, because you're recording all of this, like you're doing ProRes footage at high resolutions, is going to take up a lot of space. So instead of taking up space on your phone, you could have it then go to a cloud account. But they do have some cool things where it can also then instantly go into a Resolve project. So you could film footage, and then instead of having it saved to your phone, you could have it go straight to a Resolve project that you're working on. There are some cool collaborative things like this chat option here. So if you were working with other people, you can chat with them directly from the camera app. So for example, if they were editing something and you were out filming and you're like, okay, I'll film a clip of a palm tree or something, then they could say, yeah, that's good, or can you get another clip, or could you do this? And you can communicate in real time with the footage going back and forth. That's like beyond, I'm a one-person crew, I don't need that, but that's pretty cool. And so that's kind of what Blackmagic does, is a lot of their stuff is really accessible. You know, there's versions of Resolve that are free, but their whole goal is just to get you in their ecosystem, because once you're in that ecosystem, you're not going to want to leave it probably. So especially if you're any kind of content creator and you use your phone to any degree, whether it's just sometimes every once in a while for supplemental footage, or you have like a whole channel that's based around stuff you film with the phone, I think that it would be absolutely foolish not to have this app on your phone. It's so good, but especially when you think that it's a 1.0, it's the first version of this app, and it could hopefully just keep getting better and better. The only complaint that I have right now, which is actually a very minor one, is that you can't flip your phone. So I have to hold my phone this way. If I go like this, it doesn't rotate and all of the info is just upside down. So it kind of forces you, that's like my only complaint, which feels very small and very fixable. And you're also then getting that Blackmagic image processing, which is a little bit different than how Apple software might process your footage. So please don't use my sample footage as like the highest quality example you could possibly get. It's just stuff I filmed really quickly because I'm very excited about this. And it's just an awesome tool to have in your toolkit. There have been other phone apps, phone camera apps to like, you know, give you manual control and things, but I've never found one that I really liked or that I thought worked really well. And I just ended up sticking with the default camera app. This one is for sure the camera app that I open instead of the actual phone's default camera app now. It's just that good.